this morning for this class. It's a 75-minute class. We'll have a meditation at the end of it. Let's set ourselves down in child's pose. So toes together, knees out wide. Stretch the arms out and away and take your eyebrows on down to the mat. Begin to create Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi breath is this breath that starts to have like a sort of oceanic wave-like sound. So you breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the nose. And there's a little bit of texture through the breath, almost like you're breathing through a straw. A slight blocking of the breath at the back of the throat. Keep noticing that. Hear it almost sound like the gentle waves of the ocean. And now start to check that the breath is either even or that the breath out is slightly longer than the breath in. And our breath in yoga, and this Ujjayi breath in vinyasa classes, in these flowing classes, is your tool, is almost like you're a vehicle for going deeper than just the body, just the mind. It's like the space to get in underneath that stuff. So take a few more Ujjayi breaths. Raise gently up to all fours, kneeling please. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. For our cat-cow, you look up on an inhale. Turn under on an exhale. Tailbone lifts, the breath in, Ujjayi, smooth. And turn under, exhale. 3 more. Again, working for the breath even or with the breath out longer than the breath in. Pause in the center on this final one. Reach your right hand forward, please. Left leg back. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, elbow to knee under you. 3 more of those. Inhale. Exhale. And 2 more. Again, your mind just completely consumed by this breath as a vehicle. This vehicle that gets you in under body, in under mind. Start to know yourself a little bit more than that. Stretch on out. Release and change sides. Left hand, right leg inhale. Elbow to knee under you. And 3 more. What can I attune to here that's not body, that's not mind? Where can the breath as a vehicle take me? Stretch on out. Place it down. Change sides again. Right hand forward, left leg back. This time open them out to a 45 degrees. So if you had a clock face, you're at about 2 o'clock and sort of 7 o'clock. Breathe in. Same thing, elbow to knee under you. Back out to the diagonal, inhale. Elbow to knee. 3 more, diagonal. Elbow to knee, curl the upper back. One more. And place it down. Change sides, stretch on out long. Go to the diagonal. Inhale. Elbow to knee, straight under the belly. Almost feel like you're being poked in the belly. Stretch on out, inhale. Elbow to knee. Last 2. Notice what's going on with your breath. And rather than your mind attuning to working with the body, pushing the body here somewhere today, be attuned to working the breath, shaping the breath, taking the breath somewhere today. Place it down. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog, please. Take a breath in. And turn the biceps forward to the pointer finger and the thumb as you breathe out. Nice big inhale here. As you exhale, bring the knees and hover them just off the mat. Hold it here for 5. And again, it's this kind of shaping where we focus today. Rather than focusing on shaping the body or even shaping the mind, focus on shaping your breath. It's the vehicle to go deeper. Last one. Downward facing dog. Please walk to the top of the mat. Take Uttanasana, your forward fold. You can put elbows on thighs if you need to do that. You can grab the shins, grab the elbows, interlace hands behind the back. Just kind of see how you feel as you relax on in here. Stay. Focus your eyes on something steady. And attune back into that breath. You've got a good 8 breaths here. Breath as a vehicle. The vehicle that starts to take you in under some of these things that, dominate our day. What the body's doing, what's the mind doing. In yoga, the breath is sometimes called the bridge between the seen and the unseen. Can you follow that bridge? Couple more breaths. Soften the knees. Tilt the pelvis so the sit bones draw down towards the heels, and you can then roll up through each vertebrae at a time. Step your feet together, hands in Anjali Mudra prayer, please. And we open our practice with 3 arms. Inhale. Breath, this vehicle, this bridge between the seen and the unseen. Reach on up, inhale please. Soften and fold, exhale. Halfway lift. Bow back down. Rise to standing, stretch on up. Hands to prayer. Repeat, reach up, inhale. Bow. Halfway, lengthen back skull to back tail. Fold. Rise up, reach up. Prayer hands. One more. What are you attuning to? Are you distracted by the body? Are you distracted by the mind? Halfway. Fold. Rise up. Follow this vehicle, this bridge, the breath. Hands pray. We continue. Reach up. Bow. Half lift. Downward facing dog here. And spread the fingers on out. Feel that you really lift and activated through the kneecaps. Maybe even watch the kneecaps lift upwards. Take a breath in here. A gentle breath out. Now curl the spine, begin at the tailbone, draw the sit bones of tailbone down to the heels, lift onto the heels, curve the lower back, the middle back, then the upper back to wave up and over to high plank. Soften the knees, peel back to down dog. 3 more of those, curve the spine, come up and over to high plank. Peel back to down dog. 2 more, inhale. Peel back, exhale. 1 more, inhale. Peel back, exhale. Come up and over, inhale. You've got 3 options for this first one. You're either on the toes, on the knees, or on the toes but only lowering a little bit. Lower about halfway down. Tuck your toes, drawing back, inhale. Downward facing dog. Breathe in fully here. Attune to the breath. What's it doing? If it's your link to the unseen, how's it going? When you next finish your breath out, look forward, step or maybe jump top of the mat. Halfway lift, please. Bow on down. Sweep to standing. And fold forward. Halfway left. Again, downward facing dog. Ripple up and over to high plank. This time, knees or toes, lay yourself all the way down. Leave the hands beside the lower ribs. Inhale, cobra pose. And exhale back down. Okay, you've got 4 more of these. Focus on keeping the front ribs down, like the whole of the front ribs stay on the mat. And as you do this, your intention is really just to get the shoulders back, the back of the ears back, and to just warm up the upper back and the shoulders. 2 more. Feel that the thighs are active, the lower belly is lifting off the mat. 1 more. And please press back, downward facing dog. Breathe in. In every pause and every gap, you return to the breath. Look forward, step or jump lightly up. Halfway inhale. And fold. Sweep to standing, big beautiful breath in. Bow on down. Halfway lift. High plank to low plank, knees, toes, or a halfway bend. Back bend. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Whole of the breath. Look forward, step or jump. 2 rounds on your own, please. Don't worry about perfecting the pose. Don't worry about perfecting the sequence. Do please be aware of your breath. When you're next at the top of the mat, check that your feet are together, big toes are touching. Rise on up, inhale. Then sit down as you exhale. Hands touch the mat. Rise on up on an inhale. Sit down on an exhale. Rise on up on the inhale. You've got 3 more. Now because we're doing these in flow, notice if you're getting the most out of it. When you sit deeper into the thighs, when you ask the leg and the butt muscles to work more, what you're asking for is more from the blood flow, which is asking the breath to show up more. And if we want to link, if we want to know more than just the body, more than just the reactivity of the mind, then we need to know the breath more. And you can hear it more if it's really working for you. Sit down, hold for 3. And we actually actually making an effort to know my breath here. One more. Bow forward, please. Halfway lift. Your left leg takes a very big step back. If the heel's way back behind the toes, wriggle the toes back a little bit, get active there. Now reach the fingertips back, arrow ahead, and feel long here from crown to back heel. Notice if the front thigh leaves the shape. This is the same as the last pose. If we want to know the breath, and for the breath to really show up for us, we need to also be here in the body so that it's asked to participate. Bring the thigh down. Get the thigh muscles working. Reach forward, inhale. Now float the hands back, exhale. 5 of these, reach forward, inhale. Float back, exhale. I'd like you to notice if you're rushing the breath. If the breath is the barometer of what's going on, why am I rushing here? Have a look, guys, see where my arms are and see where yours are in relation to mine. And if you're a full breath off, like, get honest with yourself. Use it as this bridge to see, oh my gosh, I'm rushing my life. And the Buddhists say we have a certain amount of breaths in our life. And so slowing down the breath is literally giving us more years in our life, more moments in our life. Stay for 3. Slowing down the breath literally gives us more moments in life. Hook the thumbs, keep the front thigh, rise up, hold it here for 3. For 2, last one. Hands to the top of the mat, step back up to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Bow, exhale. Your other leg steps a long way back. Float the hands to arrowhead. Now the breath is a barometer of our life, of our inner world. The Buddhists say we have a set amount of breaths. And for every breath you rush your life. Slow it down. Reach forward, inhale. Float the arms back, exhale. Reach forward, inhale. Float back. Navel to back body. Keep the work in the thigh. Attune to this link between the seen and unseen. A rushed breath, a coarse breath, a restricted breath from the yoga philosophy is not just that. It's a message. Maybe it's an alarm bell. Maybe it's really trying to tell you something. Reach on up. Hold. Lift the chest for 3. For 2. Last one. Look forward, place the hands forward, again step up to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Bow, exhale. Chair pose deeply, breath in. Touch the mat. Rise up. Just one more of those. Sit deeply. Touch the mat. Rise up. Sit deeply. Touch the mat. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Left leg, a very big step. Step another 30 centimeters than you think. Reach back. Reach forward. Rise up, inhale. Look, hands to the mat, step up and fold. Exhale. Halfway lift. Bow. Chair pose. Hands to the mat. Rise up. Sit down. Hands to the mat. Fold. Halfway. Right leg, big step. Reach back. Your breath is a barometer. Reach forward. What's it measuring right now? Rise up. What's it telling you right now? Hands to the mat, step up. Halfway. Fold. Chair pose. Fingertips to mat. Rise. Chair pose. Breathe in and bow. One more each leg, halfway. Left leg. Notice if you're doing this from the body, reach back. How do you flow now in a way that moves your breath to flow? In a way that you breathe smoothly, evenly, top of the mat, in and out through this straw. Inhale. Bow. Chair pose. Fingertips down. Rise on up. If you're rushing, where are you rushing to? Chair pose. I don't know about you, but I don't want to rush to the end of my life. Hands to the mat and bow. Halfway. Right leg forward. See the parts of you through the breath that the mind might be unwilling to see. The breath doesn't lie. The mind likes to kind of tell us what we want to hear. Step to the top of the mat. Halfway. And the breath it's a kind truth. Bow. It's a compassionate truth. Rise on up. It's not like, when you've got a friend who's harshly honest. Bow, you're like, oh God, did they just say that? The breath's not like that. Halfway. Fold. Feet together back to your chair pose. For 3. When breath's not honest because it wants to be unkind to you or it wants to say to you, hey, look, you're shortening your life or whatever. It wants the best for you. Sit all the way down, please. Come into boat pose. It wants the best for you. It's telling you, hey, maybe you've been rushing for the last 20 years. Slow down. Or it's telling you, hey, maybe you haven't supported your breath enough. Focus on it. Tune into it. Maybe it's telling you, hey, in all this go, 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 work, 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 work to the next moment, are you living your life? Last breath. Draw the knees into the chest, hold the top of the thighs. Now, if you have osteoporosis, don't do this, please. If you have no spine issues and there's no osteoporosis going on, you take a big breath. Lift up your pelvic floor like you're stopping yourself going to the bathroom and roll just to the shoulder blades and to the lower back. 10 times. Shoulder blades, lower back. Shoulder blades, lower back. Try not to kick the feet into the hands. There's barely any work there. It's all work of the lower belly. For 3. For 2. Don't worry if you're going wonky. None of us have a perfectly linear spine. Last one. Come back on up. Take boat pose again. This time press the big toes together, draw the knees wide. Put the hands inside the legs and push them forward. We want to connect here the inner knees to the upper triceps. So get them to connect. Then stay, and a really important part of this line is you actually squeeze the arch of the foot, like the whole inner shin draws back to the inner knee. Then you keep squeezing that like that's a bungee cord that then squeezes from the inner knee to the groins and up into the lower belly, the deep core. 2 more breaths, so you feel like you've got this bungee cord from the arch of the feet, cross the inner line of the legs into the deep core. Last one. Cross your ankles, hands to the mat, come up and over to crow pose. Hands are wide like down dog, knees outside that outer tricep. It's exactly what we were just doing, except you're on the hands now. 2 bungee cords. For 3. Watch your breath more than the pose, more than the mind. Watch the breath. Last one. Place your feet down, please. Come into chair pose. Hands to prayer. And twist back elbow to front thigh. Hold it here. Align these thumbs up with the sternum, the center of the heart. You're here for 2 more breaths. Really squeeze the elbow and the knee into each other so there's a strong connection there. Put all of your weight on the front foot, please. Lift the back foot. Now before you do anything, rock so that you find your navel is over the knee, over the ankle. You've got a nice straight line there. Now kick that leg back. Now step into a lunge. If it's too much, you can put the hand down inside the ankle. Keep looking past the top elbow and keep noticing the breath. It's not the mean, harsh friend. It's the kind, compassionate, loving friend that's saying, hey, have you noticed? I think if you tried whatever it is, slowing down, supporting, smoothing out, I think you might feel that you get a lot more and are more present in your life. That's the friend that breath is. Reach on up, crescent lunge, please. Warrior 2. Reverse the front palm, reach on back. Now look a good foot past the front foot as we step on up into half moon pose. The back leg lifts, eye gaze steady. The back inner thigh is really powerful here. We often see this back leg kind of floppy, and I can't balance when that's like that, guys. There's no support for me. So you lift the back leg, inner thigh, that starts your balance. Then you see if you can lift that bottom hand. One more big inhale. Step on forward, bow, exhale. Here we are. Another pause. And dive fully into the breath. As you do, you're diving fully into what it means to be human. That part of being human means this capacity to sit with the unseen. Bring your feet together, please. Halfway lift, inhale. Bow. Chair pose, sit on down deeply. Hands to prayer. Turn to the back of the room. Turn from the ribs, the elbows, try and put the thumbs in line with the heart. Watch yourself. What if you were like the best version of a best friend? Watching yourself on the mat. Watching the things you're doing on the mat. And giving you little tips of advice based on that to get the most out of your life. Lean to the back leg. Lift on up. Like the little voice that says, hey, don't talk to yourself. You can do way more than that. Navel over knee, over ankle, then stretch that front leg and step on back. If you're going to hurt yourself, bring the hand down to a lunge. If it's the mind saying, I don't want to, be the best version of a best friend. You got this. Smooth breath. Rise on up, crescent lunge. Warrior 2, please. Reverse your warrior inhale. Look a foot past that front foot and step on up into half moon. For 5. Back floppy foot is the first thing that will destabilize you. So stretch the toes, stretch the legs, activate all the muscles there. For 2. 1 more. This time step back to downward facing dog, please. And we just open up the shoulders a bit. Lift the heels, bend the knees, swivel the hips and the butt to one side, stretch out the side rib. Come on up, do the other side, lift the heels, the toes, bend the knees, swivel the hips the other way. 2 more like that, rise on up. Swivel knees, hips, heels. 1 more. Swivel knees, hips, heels. Stay here. Keep the heels swiveled. You can fully put them down as you shoot on out into side plank. Watch the breath as a really truthful, kind, honest friend. And talk to yourself like you're your absolute most best friend. Lift on up, step behind. So you've got 2 voices, the kind friend and the friend that says, hey, stop selling yourself short here. 1 life, 1 opportunity. Downward facing dog, please. Breathe in, breathe out. Lift your heels, swivel them the other way. Put them down now, 1 foot in front of the other, and shoot on out to side plank. 2 friends, both of them watching your practice, both of them watching the way you're breathing. You still got 4 more breaths. Now that's 4 of my breaths, so if your breath is rushed, that might be 10 breaths. Lift the top leg, step behind. be present in your life, to support yourself, and to extend your wellness and your vitality through extending the breath. Hands to the mat. Downward facing dog, please. Walk the feet calmly to the top of the mat. You've got a few options. You can be elbows on thighs. You can use the peace fingers to grab the big toes. Or you can slide the hands underneath the feet. And I like to give my wrists a little massage when I do that one. Here in the pause, we breathe. We remember that we're human. And we take active steps to grow our vitality, grow our wellness. Please gently release. Soften the knees. Roll calmly to standing, one vertebrae at a time. Bring your hands to Anjali Mudra. And draw your right leg up into Vrikshasana, tree pose, please. The ankle, the inner shin or the inner thigh. So stay as you are, 1 foot in tree pose. At first you attune to breath, the bridge, the vehicle, that link between the seen and the unseen. And now set this free, not from the body, not from the mind kind of wanting to pose, but a sense of when you listen, when that friend, that kind voice, that compassionate voice says, hey, the truth that the breath is trying to tell you is this. The kind honesty that the breath is trying to expose to you is this, that then you kind of start to play with the pose from there. It may mean opening the upper chest more if that's kind of restricted. It might mean even putting the hands on the ribs and breathing there. One of the best things you can do is breathe into the bottom of the ribs, breathe into the bottom of the lungs, get yourself grounded. The breath will extend, and then you'll be working with that beautiful Buddhist idea that we have a defined amount of breaths. That's our life, a certain amount of breaths. And as we extend them, we extend the moments of this life. Please change sides. Same thing. The friend of your mind, your brain, is the friends that tell us what we want to hear. It's the equivalent of the Facebook algorithm. It shows you what it thinks you want to see so that you'll click on it and stay more engaged in it. Breath is not that friend. Breath is the kind but honest friend that says, hey, there's this thing going on that you might want to have a look at. Gently release. And change legs again. This time we continue on straight away. So same hand as thigh, either holds the back of the leg or the big toe or the outer foot, as you then kick that leg straight forward and stretch the other hand to the roof. Now if you've only got the hand on the thigh, that doesn't change the powerfulness of the pose. Stretch the toes out like there's a buzzer you're trying to press in front of you. Lift up the other kneecap into the groins. Last one. Gently release. Change sides. Other leg, tree pose. You hold. As you feel ready, either one or both hands hold the back of the thigh. Grab the big toe or the outside of the foot and you kick away. The kneecap lifts for 5, 3, one more breath. Draw the knee in, place it down. Reach up please, inhale. Bow forward. Halfway lift, high plank to chaturanga, cobra or up dog, downward facing dog. Right foot steps outside right hand straight away. Hold it here with the back knee lifted for 5 breaths. You can stay on the hands. If you want more from this, you can come down to the elbows. And if it feels like a bit strange in this hip, almost like bones are getting stuck, you just adjust. It might mean the knee comes out. It might mean you wriggle the foot wider or narrower. It might mean you turn the foot out. 2 more breaths, keep that back knee lifted. Last one. Stay, put the left knee down. Have the left elbow down and the fingertips straight forward, and then push the right hand into the right inner thigh and just twist. Really look up to the sky. You can even dangle the side of the head if you want a bit of a neck stretch. 2 more breaths here. Last one. Return back to the center. Come to the hands. Wriggle this foot in, not fully straight. Still pretty wide, like you've got about 30 centimeters laterally. And rise on up. Now this might be enough here. Or if you've got range, lift the back leg. Reach back with the back hand now, same hand as foot. And draw the toes back towards the pelvis. You can stay if this is enough, or reach the front hand up, look up. One last breath here. Gently release. Downward facing dog. We change sides. Left foot, outside left hand. Keep the back knee lifted as you sink low. It may be coming down onto the elbows. Again, feel free to adjust that back leg to where you need, wider, turned out, whatever works. Look for the spaces where you can see the breath. Notice if it's the mind, like the friend that just tells you what you want to hear. Put the back knee down. Same hand as back knee faces forward. Same hand as front knee reaches for the thigh and presses it away. Come through the center. Wriggle that back foot in a little closer, coming up onto the hands. You still have some distance laterally, so you don't feel like you're on a tightrope as you rise. Then elbow to back thigh, lift the front hand up, reach on back. See if you can lift that back toe, draw it in. And see if you can lift the back hand. And I don't know about you guys, but at this point in my life, I don't want just the friends that tell me what I want to hear. There's no greater gift for me in friendship than a friend who says, hey, yeah, I see what you're thinking there, but have you thought about this, or have you had a look at this? In a really kind way. And that is your breath. Last inhale. And gently release the hands down. High plank again. Take a nice big inhale. Shoulders forward of fingertips. Calmly lay down on the tummy. Put your eyebrows on the mat. And both hands on the lower back facing up. You sweep the left hand forward. Come into an upper back lift. And you lift the right leg, so you've got opposite arm and leg. Then sweep the left hand back. Relax the hand to the lower back and look to the right. Other side, right hand sweeps, left leg lifts, upper back lifts. Foot down, hand sweeps, look to the left. 4 more, left hand, right leg. Turn and rest. 3 more. Right hand, left leg. Turn and rest. Sweep, inhale. Rest, exhale. Last one, sweep. And rest. And take your front hand out, excuse me, lift the back heel, back elbow, and roll the chest to face. Please turn back to center. Change sides, back hand, front elbow, front side of the chest opens. Please turn back onto your tummy. Lightly make your way back to child's pose. You can keep the knees together if you'd like this time. Don't worry if the hips aren't fully on the heels, it's not overly dramatic here. Walk the hands towards the back of the room so you're on a diagonal. Rest the head and stretch the side arm away a little bit more so you get a big stretch from fingertip to outer hip. Come gently back through the middle, please. Take it to the other side. Rest the head, Stretch from little finger to outer hip. And now slowly rise on up, please. We have one more move. If you're on a hard surface, it can be a little taxing on the inner knees. So either roll your mat up a few times, like the sausage roll, to pad the knees, or put a cushion underneath each knee. If you're on very padded carpet, it won't matter, you should be quite comfortable. Okay, so knees are out as wide as is okay for you. Have a look, turn the heels out behind the knees, and then come on down. If you can stay up on the hands, that's fine. If you can, come down onto the elbows here. And notice, sometimes it feels nice to kind of rock the hips forward a bit. Sometimes it feels nice to rock them back a bit. Just wherever you feel comfortable to then stay. You've got different friends you can listen to. We can listen to the one that's like an algorithm in the mind that it'll tell you what you think you want to hear. We've got the body, which quite often, especially if we're carrying injuries or tightness, will tell you about the past. And then you've got the friend that quietly, truthfully, tells you about the honesty of life. If your breath is telling you that you're rushed, or that you're overdoing it, or that you're a bit coarse, you're a bit armoured, it doesn't do so from judgment. It's not judging you. It's just there, quietly honest, for you to do what is one of the key steps of yoga, and if we don't do it, our practice is incomplete, to self-reflect. Just 2 more breaths here. Be careful coming out, don't rush this. It took us a while to get into this step. So you press into the elbows. Feel the knees hug towards each other, so some muscles pull on. And then bend the heels back towards your butt. Good, keep that. Maybe then come up to your hands. Maybe then start to wriggle the knees in a little closer. And when you feel that you can move again, please gently make your way onto your back. Take just a final last few little movements. Maybe it's a twist each side. Maybe it's a rocking of the knees, a holding of the feet. Just see what feels good before you lay yourself down into relaxation. And you can put a blanket over your body, that's fine. You can put a jumper on, socks on. If you have a very curved upper back and you get
pain, like nervy pain, by having the head flat to the floor, that's okay to put something under the head. But if you don't have any pain, take away any cushions, any bolsters you put under your head. So our purpose here as we rest and as the body cools down is to return to as beautiful a standing position as we can. And we don't want to stand with our head jutted forward. Close your eyes. Be still. And return to the breath as a vehicle. A vehicle that takes you beyond everything we've just worked with. We've spent a lot of time working with the body, a lot of time working with the mind. They needed to as we did the poses. But now, you're still. And we follow the breath to the unseen, beyond the body and the mind. Quiet friend that takes your hand and says, let me show you. I think you might want to have a look at this.
Please keep your breath this soft, this subtle. With as little fuss as possible, come to seated, perhaps cross-legged, perhaps kneeling. Return to watching the breath. It's the most subtle, intimate aspect of the physical body. The coarsest aspect of the subtle. And because of that, it acts as a way of reaching into what we can't touch on the inner levels. And the Shodron, really revered Buddhist nun, she says, when we pause, allow a gap and breathe deeply, we can experience instant refreshment. Suddenly we slow down and there's a world.
Please notice your breath again. Roll gently to your right side. Take a few moments there. Give yourself a little hug if you'd like. Kind friend. Friend that wants the best for you. Make your way slowly to seal and an Anjali Mudra. Close with 3 arms. Inhale. Namaste.